Good evening, everybody. It's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Welcome to Live 165. It is Rogues Gallery Live tonight. And again, I'm Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome back once again to the show. I am really excited because last show we did the auction show, and tonight we actually get to talk about collecting tonight, which is a lot of fun. With me tonight, we have Mr. Matt Martin in the house from the Bat Vault. How's it going, sir?
Going good. Hope everybody's having a good holiday season.
I can't believe it's already here. Like, that's the crazy
thing. 5 days. Like 5 or 6 days. So
yeah, it's pretty nuts. So if you haven't started Christmas shopping yet, folks, might want to get to it.
You might want to get up on it.
Yeah, that's right. We have Eric B from All Things Art. How's it going, sir?
Doing good. Actually, just finished up Christmas wrapping presents. So yeah, I was telling Billy earlier. I apologize to everybody from the auction show. I got the deliveries out a little bit late because I was like balancing between wrapping presents for my family and shipping out, auction items. So I apologize for getting things out late.
Hey, it's still going to get there by Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. That's right. We have from the Secret Sanctuary and the amazing blackout curtains, Mr. Jeff Delaney. How's it going, sir?
Going very well. Looking forward to the show. There's some cool statues to talk about.
Absolutely. Yep. And last but not least, we have Mr. Billy Rios in the house. How's it going, sir?
Going good. Just planning things out with Eric for the show tomorrow, and trying not to look at that box.
Yeah. So what Billy's talking about is he has a brand new legendary beast. It actually finally arrived. It's not a myth. Mm-hmm. It's not a rumor. It actually is in your possession. Yes. Iron Man.
He's here.
It's not a prototype.
Not a prototype. It's an actual factory produced item.
Yeah. I got to apologize to whoever got this thing out, because I probably was one of the biggest people that said it wasn't going to happen. It seemed, I actually, I was considering the PCS piece, which is a nice statue, it's expensive, just as like, well, I want to finish off the 4 Avengers, in 1/3 scale. And that's actually the only other one. If you don't want to go with a movie piece, it's a game piece, but it still looked like a comic piece, and I don't know. I'm glad it's here though. So looking forward to tomorrow.
You can thank Jay, because XM had nothing to do with it.
Thank God.
Well, I mean, their tape was all over the box. So
right. But they didn't pay for it.
No, I know. Yeah. Whatever he did, whoever was involved in it, I know a lot of people ordered it. So, I hope they tune in to check it out tomorrow, and, they like what they get when they get it.
Well, and basically what you're talking about is you're going to be unboxing that live on, I believe, Eric's channel tomorrow. So All Things Art tomorrow night. And was that 8 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, I think we have Todd might be stopping in for a few minutes as well. So that'd be fun.
Todd from Spec. That'll be awesome. I'm actually glad I saw that promo, because my Batman versus Joker diorama is arriving a day early tomorrow. So I was going to think about maybe going live, but I originally had it scheduled for Monday because I'm going to Kansas City this weekend. And so I'm still going to keep it on Monday. So we're still going to do the unboxing on Monday. I'll just sit here. I'll be like Billy. I'll just be staring at it in the corner like, oh, I want to open it so bad.
It was supposed to come Tuesday, and then DHL never delivered it on Tuesday.
That was supposed to come Monday.
Oh, Monday. Okay.
Today. Yeah, no, it was supposed to be here Monday. And it never, in fairness to them, it never said out for delivery. It always said, estimated, and then if I would have known that when I saw it was literally at the hub across the bridge, I probably would have went and got it. But I thought, hey, it still says Monday the 16th. It's going to show up, and it never did. And I think, I was going back and forth with Eric, and he was like, all right, well, his daughter had a concert yesterday, and then Rogues was today. So I was like, there's been plenty of times that statues have been delivered that I didn't open for a couple of days. So
sure,
it was fine.
Yeah. The in-hand pictures that some people are posting of that Batman Joker sideshow piece look pretty good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's actually funny because I got the email and I didn't really read it. It just said, it always says like, we're going to be charging your card. It'll be
Yeah.
shipping in 10 days. And so I didn't even really read it. And I was on Sideshow, and because I had been kind of kicking around the idea of whether to cancel it or not. And I thought at the very least I could review it and blah blah blah.
What
and
did you
so
decide?
what?
What did you decide? Are you getting it?
Well, I let Sideshow decide for me.
Oh,
Because I just told you that it arrives tomorrow.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wake up, Eric. Anyway, so yeah, it arrives tomorrow. But like, I went on Sideshow's website and I just like went to my orders. I had 0 orders. It's the first time in history I've got 0 orders with Sideshow. I'm like, what the hell? And so I went to my shipped. And it had already shipped. I didn't realize that it had already charged. It charged like really fast, like within a day or so. So it was way earlier than the 10 days that they said it was going to take. So, yeah, it's on its way. It's going to arrive tomorrow. And again, I'll do the live unboxing. And again, if you're not familiar, it's this one right. Maybe wait for it. It's this one right here. So that'll be on Monday night. So if you want to join us for that, it's going to be crazy because I know it's very complicated to put together. There's a lot of pieces. So it might be like a 3-hour unboxing. I don't know. You can watch me sweat and struggle for an hour at least trying to fit that thing together. But anyway, so that'll be Monday. And then, of course, again, make sure you tune in to All Things Art tomorrow for the Iron Man unboxing. And congratulations to Billy. That's freaking amazing. I'm so happy that it's finally actually shipped. It's actually not a thing anymore because I know that was, people were sweating that one.
People were sweating it because of what's going on with XM, and obviously, but from what we were told, the LBS stuff wasn't at that same warehouse, if you believe all the warehouse talk, but it was someplace else. And so whatever the XM piece is, whether if it's White Knight Joker or any of those other things that have been taken forever, it wasn't in the same warehouse.
Interesting. Speaking of XM warehouse, like so far in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a couple of Transformer prototypes, and they said that they've shipped a small batch of those out. I don't think I've actually seen any photos from collectors that have it. And then also we had some Superman shots this week with about 10, maybe 10,
if that. There was 7.
Okay, there was 7 statues in the shot, and all the other tables were empty.
Yeah.
Which is again very atypical of factory shots. Usually you have hundreds and hundreds lined up along the tables. So I'm still not convinced yet. I still am not convinced that I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
And they even used the word first, like this is our first batch. So like you only made 7 of them.
Yeah, they're gonna do 7 at a time. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Speaking of Superman trailer tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't know. Did you guys all see the teaser today?
I saw the teaser.
Looks good.
So, these are some images of the teaser, and one thing I noticed right away is, clearly this is going to be, a fantasy world with flying superheroes and whatnot, but it does look like it's going to be grounded in reality. That very much looks like, New York or somewhere, but it's, it definitely looks really good to me.
It's very, very bright outside.
The crowd like grabbing their cell phones when they they're looking up in the air, and the crowd's like grabbing their cell phones and stuff. So it looks promising. Put it that way.
There we got Jimmy and Jimmy Olsen, and of course Lois Lane there in the front. And then we got.
Does this take place in 2025? Some of those mustaches and hairdos look like they're straight out of the 70s.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually been.
Well, they had cell phones, I think, in the trailer, like people going for their cell phones. So I think.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Look at the TVs. You got the flat screen TVs back there, but at the same time, sometimes movies they'll kind of give it that kind of nod where they'll have some of that fashion, or it's like they bring certain elements from the older films into the newer films. So that might be something like like a lot of times you might see like in a Batman film, you might see a bunch of like 1970s Cadillacs in the street, even though it's modern times. You know what I mean? Like they still kind of have that older aesthetic to it. So I don't know, but I was like, I think that looks awesome, and I think this trailer might break the internet tomorrow because I think so many people are excited about it. And it just I don't know, just what I saw, I'm real optimistic about. How about you guys?
I'm excited. Seeing the teaser trailer and everything else like that, and then the poster. So it looks, like I said, it looks promising. Put it that way. At first, when they chose not to go with Henry Cavill again, I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm saying da da da. But it might work out. I don't know.
And everything looks cleaned up. The suit doesn't look all sloppy the way it did.
Yeah.
In the production photos.
Suit looks good.
Yeah, those far away shots never make the suits look good. Like, just never do. So I'm very optimistic, and I hope that it is. I don't know. I just hope it's better received. I thought the original Superman or the latest with Cavill was really good. It's more dark and not as fun, I guess you could say, of a movie, and that's definitely the Snyderverse. But I think this one will be. I think this one will be more uplifting. And put him in that light. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think that's going to be lighter in tone?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I think what's the wording on the poster? Is it hope or something like that? It's like a one word. I think it's like hope or something of that nature. What makes it seem like it's
what's what the S stands for?
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Justin says you're just ecstatic to see the S on the cape again. And the bright yellow. It just looked great. It just really does. It does. Oh, Justin says it means look up. I don't know.
It said look up on the poster.
Look up on the poster.
Okay,
on the poster.
Look up. Okay, gotcha.
Daniel says, so far I've enjoyed all the Superman movies except for 4. I'll reserve any judgment until I watch the new movie. Theodore says, I'm more excited for Dan's room tour than the trailer. And as announced Sunday night, Christmas Day, guys. Christmas Day will be the long-awaited Dan room tour right here on the channel. So the countdown has begun. So I'm really excited about that. He gave me a little sneak peek, and it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait. He's definitely going to spend a lot of time talking about just planning and aesthetic of the room. He's not going to just talk about the statues, but kind of like his thinking about how he designs the room. And so I think that'll be really helpful for a lot of collectors. So if you are somebody like me that struggles constantly with how to arrange a collection or how to, make something look better, I'm really excited about Dan's tour. So again, that'll take place on Christmas Day. I also think we will be releasing a world premiere image that day as well. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a lot of really great content coming up on the channel. Jeff, you just did a really great room tour yourself.
Thank you.
Which was really nice to be able to see, just all aspects of your collection. How was that received? I think people were probably really happy to see that. It's been a minute since you've done a tour.
Yeah, no, it's really well received. Got lots of nice comments, and lots of folks are watching it, so it's good.
Well, good.
I watched it and I was just amazed by how much, because you're always talking about, hey, I got a small room, guys. But I was amazed of how much you got in there. But at the same time, it doesn't look cluttered.
Yeah, I don't like cluttered. Yeah.
No. I always tell people, I say, well, look, you can have a Van Gogh, but if it's cluttered, it doesn't matter. It's a piece of clutter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I don't want to look like a garage sale.
Yeah. That's right. Ryan H is saying, giving Matt a little crap. It said we still didn't get Matt's Jim Lee commission video.
All right, I got my son back from college right now from film school, so I'll get him to shoot it, and we'll probably do it this weekend, and then might Chris, you can drop it whenever, over the holiday or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll make it a holiday.
I got him back, so he'll do the camera work. But
that'll be awesome. What I really want you to do with that is, obviously looking at the art's going to be amazing, but I'd love to hear just the story, the process of like how you started, how you talked to Albert, just kind of how you guys kind of came up with the idea, and how, I know it wasn't always, it's not always easy sometimes to get commissions from people. It's not always very easy sometimes to connect with the people at the con or wherever you need to meet them to pick it up. But I feel like with yours, it went pretty smooth overall.
It went pretty smooth, like overall on my end, and I'll talk about it in the video, but on my end, there was a lot of anxiety/stress, waiting till the next email to see if he approved it. Like, hey, okay, I'll approve doing something like this, or no, I'm not going to do nothing like that, type thing like that. It was just a lot of, from the time I got, the go from my wife down to like making contact and all that. So I'll talk about that in the video and save that for the video.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, thank you for putting that together. It's always fun to, I don't know, just hear other people's experiences when it comes to that stuff. And I think there's a lot of people that they haven't really dipped their toe into commissions. Now, don't go Jim Lee first. That is not a good way to dip your toe.
I've already started my commissions for MegaCon. It's going to be a major art haul for me.
Oh, really?
MegaCon.
Well, that'll be great. That'll be awesome. I don't have one yet, but I did reach out to Jason today for the next 3 Finch pieces. And I actually asked you guys, and so I'll ask again. So just for people that don't know, so I have basically 2 spaces left for villains, and one is going to be Talon, and then I did want to get a Commissioner Gordon to fit underneath Batman. And so I told him those 2, and then the third one I said was Deathstroke. But the one I'm debating between was Deathstroke and Joe Chill. So I think most of you guys said Deathstroke. I haven't heard from Billy yet. We got to get Billy on Facebook. We got to do that. Twist your arm, Billy.
That'll happen. If Eric can't get him on Facebook, I don't think.
They can stop sending me stuff I've seen already.
Can you get just on Messenger and not on Facebook?
We'll talk about it. I'll let E set it up.
Because then that way, at least you could be part of the chat. But anyway, so I asked about Deathstroke or Joe Chill. Dan weighed in with Joe Chill, like a solid Joe Chill, like gun pointing, beanie hat, maybe the pearls flying up, which I did like that idea.
But I had suggested Deathstroke months and months ago when I showed you my Tony Daniel Deathstroke.
Yeah,
I like Joe Chill, but my only and he is the original villain. But my only thing with that one was, if you didn't know it was Joe Chill, how will you? It could just be another thug. Like how would it be done where you knew it was him? Because he's been done a few different ways. I know Deathstroke is more of a Robin rogue, but he's still one of the coolest villains, I think.
And I think David could do some interesting things with it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe put a pair of glasses on him where like the reflection shows like Bruce on the ground or something, kind of like what he did for Hugo, right? Something like that, just where it was more Batman related rather than just a thug with a gun.
And I think all of you agreed also, Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke for me. Yeah.
I mean, I still like the Joe Chill idea. I think that was originally my idea.
It was your idea.
It was your idea.
So, I mean, I still like that idea, but I think either one's going to look good. So I don't know. It's hard. Every time you ask that question, I change my answer back and forth. So depends which day you ask it.
It's hard because like I would love both.
What was the name of the theater where they went for the show?
Monarch usually.
Maybe
see the problem with Finch is you don't know
behind him or something, right? Like because it was supposed to be in the alley, right?
Yeah.
With Finch, you don't know if he's going to draw the gun or not. If he doesn't do the gun, I think that's going to lose the effect of the whole thing. Like,
you'd have to.
I like Dan's idea of somehow throwing the pearls in there somehow. Maybe on the gun.
You kind of got to remember though, these are headshots. So now when you put a gun, and I'm saying put a marquee sign behind them or something, it would probably up in the price.
I was going to say it's going to be expensive. Now I'm like looking at the amazing ventriloquist that he did for me. He does have the Tommy gun in the front.
The picture I sent Chris, it's Joe Chill. So if you're looking at me like this, it's literally like it's an image like this. The gun's like right next to his face. It's like point blank. So he could fit it in there.
It is. If I have it. I don't know if I did. I don't think I sent it to him. No, I didn't. But this is kind of what I was thinking for the Talon.
Can you make yourself big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks did it.
That's right.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that
cool. Love that.
That's very good.
And then like this one I really liked. This is a Capullo, which is I just asked him to do something similar, but like have the broken, I don't know if it'll come on.
Yeah, I see it.
Anyway, his eyepiece is broken.
I
Okay.
like them. The masks look way cool. This one's good too, though.
I have the
anyway.
Joe Chill picture if you want it.
I see that Batman 89 looks good on the pedestal.
Do you have to hold it? You have it on your phone?
Let's see if this works.
Oh,
Can you?
yeah,
see
that's
it?
the
you
image
go.
right there, with him pointing the gun. That's kind of
Yeah,
what we
the
were
one to the
thinking.
right there.
That's cool.
It's
And
definitely cool.
you know, I get your point about whether who's going to know who it is, but like it's just for me. I mean, that's the thing, is like it's just for me to look at, so I'll know. But and John's right. Let's be real, Chris. You already know you're getting both. I might. I mean, maybe I will, and then I could swap them out every once in a while.
Well, he did Falcone. It could be just any Italian guy in a suit.
That's true too. Yeah.
And Rick, you have a great point. Isn't it a villain's wall? But I feel like Gordon. To me, it's always Batman and Gordon. Like it's like I don't always like the Batman family, but it's always, to me, it's Gordon and Batman. That's the true team. And so I just feel like I need him. Now I could do a Gordon. Like I also thought about doing a Gordon on the rooftop, but again, that's you're looking at $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that they were selling a Wolverine on their website. It's really nice, but they're selling at $3,500. So I'm wondering if his price is going up again.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
And that's already done, and it's 35.
It's already done. Yeah.
For a headshot or for what? A whole, you got the picture, Chris? Or no?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll go to Essentials
Yeah.
site real quick. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Chrome tab. Okay.
I like a
So
sale. That doesn't sound like a sale.
so they have some prints and stuff, but they put a bunch of covers. Like this one's great. This one's 2,000.
Ooh, that was cool.
Yeah, that's which I thought was a pretty good price for. That's a lot of line work.
Witherspoon, yeah.
I just don't know who they are.
Yeah, no.
But the Wolverine, if it's still, I don't know if somebody's bought it. Let me. Oh, they got a Tim Sale cover. I missed that one. No, they got like a Santa Claus. They've got a Land of the Misfit Toys for $12.50 by him. Ooh, I think it might have sold.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, if it's sold, that means its price is going up.
Yeah, that was 35. Unless I missed it, let me double check. I went through this a little fast here. No, there it is. There it is. Wolverine. It's got 3,500 on it.
Oh, he's in my Batman.
Oh, got the tree. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So he's been for the $3,000 ones. He's been putting a little bit more, like a little bit more background, or like rubble for Bane and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I saw that. I was like, well, maybe crap, they're going to raise the price, but I don't know. Real quick, I got to give a shout out to Demon X343, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. It says, "Hey guys, having some issues with Prime One Piece. Any of you gone through their customer service? If so, how was your experience?" I have gone through. I almost exclusively order direct from Prime One, and I've had a couple of really good experiences where they have, hooked me up. Again, I have a YouTube platform, but they don't know like my name, or like they don't, the customer service, they have no idea who I am. So, again, I feel like I've been really lucky. They did send a replacement Joker part for the Batman versus Joker that came chipped. So they sent me a whole new Joker. Not the head sculpt, just the body, but I've had a really good experience. How about you guys? Have you guys had any?
I haven't had any issues, knock on wood, through Prime One directly. So
have you guys not seen my?
There.
You not seen my chainsaw video?
Oh, that's well, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I have good experience with Prime One. I do a lot of repairs for people, and there's been times where I've reached out to Prime One on other people's behalf, just to even try to see if I could still get the part. I've actually been able to do that once, and other times they'll at least try to check, or times that have had issues, they'll at least try to find the part and send it out, or and these days sometimes it's hard to get a replacement part. Like the last one I had, the Batsuit Joker, that they couldn't just send the base because the statue, sometimes things don't align correctly, so they have to send you a whole entire new statue. But in that case, they were going to do it. I just didn't want to wait for it. But yeah, I would say overall I had pretty good experience with Prime 1. They're just not very good at sending replacement parts. Things sell out quickly.
Yeah. And like you said, it's always kind of scary sometimes if it'll key in together right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it didn't. So I believe them when they said that, because I took the two statues side by side and I tried taking the new figure and putting it on the old base, and it didn't fit. So they were right. And I let them know. I gave them that feedback. I was like, you guys were right. Definitely, if you would have sent the replacement base, I would have had an issue. It wouldn't have fit. So
yeah, that's also like the issue with I remember when the quarter scale Hush Superman came out and it had the extra head sculpt, and everyone was like, oh my god, that thing's great, and it really is. And people suggested, well, maybe they can make it in 1/3 and offer it to people who have the 1/3 piece, and it's just impossible to do that, because you're casting something that you're trying to put on a statue that came out 6 years ago, and you might not get the skin tone like the hands, and then you might not, that peg might not fit the statue that people have had for so many years, and then what you end up having is people returning it, which is why once they're out of replacement parts, they don't, you say, well, could just make me another one. They can't, because that statue just might not fit. They might not get the paint right. It's a bunch of things that kind of go into that.
I don't know if that's the same guy that was in the Facebook group that just asked that, but yeah, I think they told him to like maybe destroy. That's what they do. They tell you to destroy the whole statue.
Yep.
Like you could have like one little like complaint, like a little scuff, like I don't like this little scuff here, and those would be like destroy the whole statue. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad, but I get it. Like it's like they don't want people to profit and make because sometimes people will fix it or do something and sell off the parts or whatever. Yeah, but I understand why companies do that, but it's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch these things getting destroyed, for sure. Real quick, Jargon 2 says, would you be able to link, show the site which does the David Finch commission? So it's Essential Sequential. And again, that was the website I was just on. You can also message Jason Schachter. He is on Facebook, and he'll hook you up. I don't know how many commissions he's going to get, or even if he's going to have a chance to get to mine. I asked him if he could put me on the list for OAX. And so hopefully that will be the case. He will not be, I don't believe, at MegaCon, because a lot of the artists are doing that. And I think, Matt, you're still going, right, to OAX?
Well, I saw you and Dan's thing on Sunday, and I was like, all right, let me check the most updated artists. And, Finch is on there, and there's some others, but now some of them are going to be at MegaCon. So I was like, hold on. I was like, this thing's like a week or so out from MegaCon. Do I go there? And I'm sure I'm going to see stuff I want. But then I was talking to Dan, and I was like, well, then I don't want to blow any of my MegaCon money. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to skip it and just do MegaCon,
Okay. Well, there you go. I was going to say, if you already have a number of commissions and you already spent that money, you're going to like triple it if you go to the OAX.
Yeah, exactly. And then because like a lot of the artists there, now Finch, he's not doing both, but there are some of the artists that are actually doing both. So I was like, that's, and especially with Delotto being at MegaCon, et cetera, and Bermejo, and all that jazz.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
That's massive. I mean, just Delotto. I mean, that's 7:30. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's
actually coming.
I talked to you about it, Chris, earlier in the week. Got my wait list converted. I'm still on the fence. Maybe the chat can chime in, but give the opinion. But that dead end, that Jim Lee dead end piece, I looked at it. It's the ultimate version that my wait list converted, and they only are making 20 of them. So that's like
20 of that version, right? There's like 3 versions.
Yeah.
They're only making 20 of that one, and then I think 100 of the regular or something like that. So,
and this is that Jim Lee cover. It's basically Dark Knight, Returns, Master Race, whichever one it was. I can't remember, but I also have it on pre-order. It's one I've considered canceling because again, that's one that I've really struggled with trying to figure out where I'm going to put it. And I don't know if you had a chance to watch the stream that Dan popped on Sunday, but we really talked a lot about the middle. And I think I am more convinced now more than ever to move the movie stuff to the sides and have just different, and whether it's podiums or whether it's I build something here in the middle, where I have like the random comic book stuff, because there's so many pieces like that won't necessarily fit, but I could put them, sporadically through the middle.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna have to play with it, but that is a cool piece that I just think it's really neat with the Joker in the water and kind of that tunnel of love. It just looks.
I always
cool.
question whether you will ever put something on that bottom shelf, or you'll just leave it.
Oh, I will.
I'm gonna put my boxes there.
That's right. No, I'm gonna put stuff on. I mean, and again, it might be start with the movie stuff, and that'll be where it starts.
What will look
stuff
good,
will be on the bottom.
What would look good as far as pedestals in the middle of those spec fiction pedestals, because they light up too.
Well, I have been told, Todd has told me he is sending me a prototype of one of those. So we can talk about it. We can like get a up close and personal look at them, see how they light up and stuff like that. And so
I got to talk to that guy.
I know.
He's a mile away from here.
I know.
Why isn't he?
I don't know. So anyway, I mean, we've had that conversation over a year ago. So now that they're finally getting produced, I'm just excited to see it, because I know we got to see one in San Diego, and I don't know if that was like an early rough prototype, but I was impressed with it then. Like we were talking, like I was more impressed with the podiums than I was the statues in that booth. I just it's exciting. So we'll see what happens. But
How big is the space in the middle?
How big is it?
Yep.
Did you fit like a car, or I guess like an SUV?
Yeah, I could fit a car and a half in here right now.
Okay.
I think you should get like a big island that you can put all kinds of stuff on top of.
Well,
Like
everybody, like Dan keeps saying I should put a couch or something right there, and I think I could do something like that. But I thought about doing like a big U shape, going kind of to the back, a little bit lower, so you could still see the stuff behind it, but still, and then I could still, even with that, even if I did a big U shape along the carpet, I could still do podiums within that even. So I think I could be flexible still and be able to accommodate more of those random pieces. Maybe even do like the back cave with the back computers and things like that. So
and you could build that yourself, Chris. Like,
and that's what I
shape and paint it black, like a flat black or something,
or do something similar with the the gray and the black tops, or just try to make it look all good. But I think that's something I could do myself.
Does Todd's podiums come in black or only white?
No, they come in black and white.
Black and white.
Okay.
And both. Like it's like you could have all black, or I think all white. I think, right?
Yeah.
Or black and white together. I think, if I remember right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Brad says I should get a couch or a sonogram. That's right. Yes, it is Jason Schachter, and it's essential sequential. Just to give you a heads up. Okay. So let's go into topic number one. This is brought up. I asked for suggestions in our Facebook group, and this one was done by Luis Fabian Clemente, Tweeterhead, not feelings, facts. So I put a video out, maybe it was last week, I don't remember when it was, talking about a response to a very heated conversation in our Facebook group about Tweeterhead and some of their customer service. And so I did a video, and I definitely, I don't know, like some people responded well to it. Some people didn't. They said I should, take my friendship with Chad out of it, that relationship out of it. I should just be doing news, that sort of thing. And so I did respond to somebody today, and I said, my channel is entertainment, and it is, a channel that I started just for me. Like, it's just, I wanted to be able to talk to folks and meet people and show off my collection. And so not every video I do on this channel is news. Sometimes it's just my opinion. Sometimes it's just my feelings on things. And I'm not going to apologize for that or change, because that's just the way I feel. And that video was just kind of a passion response that I just wanted to say in that particular video. It's like, yeah, they need to do better. Tweeterhead needs to do better. Their customer service sucks. They got to do better. And I did say in that video, I think that people just need to give them a little bit more time. Now, again, if it's a year from now, people have the absolute right to be pissed off, but I feel like that Chad is still trying to get his ducks in a row. And so that was my opinions on that video. And some people commented about the rogues that were all just yes men to Tweeterhead and that sort of thing. And so I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to share your thoughts on what's going on. Again, most of you at some point have met Chad. What kind of guy he is, what kind of person he is. He's a fellow collector, but at the end of the day too, he is a business, and customer service needs to be better. Where do you guys kind of weigh in on all this stuff? I know, again, he had that big announcement about the no refunds and things like that. They'll just send you a new product if it's broken. Where do you guys weigh in right now?
I said it when he had the announcement. You bring in somebody on the guy Eric to take over. He's not going to get caught up on everything that's just been going on for the last few years. He might do good, moving forward, but to get caught up on what's happening in the past, he's probably still contacting Chad and asking Chad's opinion. So nothing's happening right now. That's pretty much what I think is going on. It's Eric's answering the emails, but he's then running it through Chad, asking Chad's opinion, which takes long to get a response from him. So I think over maybe a year, things will finally get caught up, but it's going to be a while before you see that happen.
Well, I don't own any Tweeterhead statues, so number one, but I did pre-order that Catwoman that he just, came out with. So, I don't have 10 Tweeterhead, statues laying around, but same thing as Eric. Okay. With respect, he's identified a problem. Customer service, I suck. That's pretty much what he said. He said, look, I tried to get to everything, but I can't.
Who else comes on channels and says that? No one does.
He even says that customer service sucks. So the fact that he can be as blunt and honest, hey, number one, I have a fault. Number two, moving forward, I'm trying to do, I got this new guy, Eric. But like Eric just said, Eric is probably getting emails from, let's just say a year, from people that emailed, with respect, had conversations starting a year ago. So he's got to get Chad's input to okay, what's going on with this guy, Bob? Bob says, he's been talking to you. How do I proceed, etc. So, with respect, people always talk about price. Well, if he goes and hires, let's just say he hired 10 customer service reps. Well, guess what? The price of his statues are going to go up, people. So
because he's got to pay those people.
Yeah. So there's a little give. With respect, everybody's always complaining about price. So do you want the price to stay here and, hey, I'm working on a solution? Or do you want me to just go hire 10 people and then the price goes way up here and then you're not happy with the price? So.
Yeah. What do you think, Billy?
First, it is true. Right now, Eric, myself, Chris, we've sat at a table and had dinner with Chad that he treated us to, and that wasn't about business. He is a good friend. He is a great guy, so it makes it hard because you have these, friendship, you have feelings for the guy. And at that dinner, he was, I wish that everybody and it's not going to matter. I totally understand that. But I wish everyone who has an issue with Tweeterhead right now, whether if they're waiting for a refund or their product or whatever it is, he poured his heart out that night and just about how bad he felt, and how much better he wants to be, but that only goes but so far. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're acknowledging this is bad. You're acknowledging that this needs to get better. And people will accept that, just like we accepted the XM situation when they sent out that first letter. And it was okay, well, and we all said it. People like information. People like, transparency. It puts us at ease for a little while. It buys you some time, and I think when he hired the guy, Eric, everyone was like, well, okay, so now I'm going to get a response right away. And I seen from people that he doesn't get back to them either. But like Eric said, our Eric, he might be trying to get caught up, so it's hard to tell people, hey, give them a little bit more time when they feel like they've already given enough time, and we're all customers someplace, whether if it's here or there. And, when customer service is, you know, lagging, we tend to think that our order is the only order that they have to deal with. So, I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I think he's overwhelmed, but and I'm not going to tell anybody to be patient because I'm not always patient.
Brad, I think they probably put out, what do you think? Like 5 to 10 a year, maybe not quite that many.
Not this past year.
Yeah, not this past year. In the years past, maybe, but I think maybe 5 to 7, maybe, depending on the year, Brad. Some like they do like Masters of the Universe stuff. They do some monster stuff. They do Batman stuff.
But if production hasn't been the same for Prime Ones, or I mean, Sideshow continues to crank things out, but you know, it's not going to be the same for him. You know, from what we have heard, it's not confirmed. You know, they don't use specific factories. They all use the same factories. So if one, you know, if they're working on Sideshow order and he can't get his little 300 bust in there, you know, there could be delays anywhere along the chain from when something's announced to when something shows up at your doorstep. You know?
And I don't think, I mean, I have seen some people complain about delays, and again, we've talked about it a lot on the channel where, yes, there is pecking order, you know, who gets priority at these factories. If you're a bigger company and you have a lot bigger order, they're going to take you first because they, you know, that's more money in their pocket, right? It just makes sense. Then after that, you have to have the logistics of the containers. Sometimes that has been a giant frustration. Again, Chad talked about that at that dinner, like just how just frustrating and annoying it is sometimes. So like, and how much money, sometimes they're charging, like during COVID, they like tripled or quadrupled the amount of the price for these containers. And now they've done it again recently. And so that obviously, you know, he has to pay for that to get it here. And again, there's pecking order for those. Everybody's fighting over those containers. So, you know, believe me, he wants everybody to have them yesterday because he wants his customers to be happy, and he doesn't want to hear negativity. He doesn't want to have like people with pitchforks saying, well, where's my damn statue? You promised me on a show that it would be here in November. Well, yeah, he wanted it here in November. That's whenever he was told it was supposed to be here. But
do you see how, like what we just said, how that something can significantly delay any specific statue? So like, let's say that something goes up for pre-order and it's got an estimated ship window, you know, between, I don't know, fourth quarter of 2025. And then, so now someone drops their pre-order money or pays for it in full. And then, you know, as it's getting closer, they're not hearing anything. And then that time frame goes by, they feel they should get their money back. But what if, you know, the retailer or whatever, I mean, it wouldn't be the retailer, but what if they can't get into that factory to get these things painted? What if, you know, and then there could be delays anywhere along the process that would keep them from hitting that window. And then after that, people want them. Now, Sideshow does give you your money back. If something's delayed 90 days, you can have your refund and your deposit back. Right, but he's a smaller entity that's, you know, Sideshow can take that kind of hit, whereas he can't. So
yeah, they do way more business.
They do way more business than, you know, so, I mean, I'm not expecting customers to understand that, but delays in this hobby can happen anywhere along the line, whether if it's at the factory or getting into a factory. And if you can't if some other company comes in and gets their stuff into that factory before you do, and now you're waiting, there's a delay, right?
Right.
There's only but so many of these artists to paint these things to go around. If you're waiting on a container, there's a delay. If it's a different company that produces the styrofoam and the cardboard boxes that they're in, and that's delayed, there's a delay. There's no boxes, you know, so it can be anything.
And Stationary Warrior brings up, it says it's not about the delays. It's about zero communication and horrible customer service. And then again, that's what we've already said.
Then there you go. So like, there's these delays, and you know, are you gonna explain this to everybody, put out a newsletter? What are you going to do? After a while, people are going to get tired of reading that, and people are going to get tired of hearing from you. So,
yep,
there it is. I mean, if you can't have patience in this hobby, then maybe this hobby is not for you.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be delays. That's just how it goes. These things are hand painted, you know, done one at a time, even though they're mass produced, but it takes a while.
And it's different than any other industry out there.
anything else that has to get
Anything.
baseball cards get printed up, comic books get printed up from a machine. It's very unusual.
Humble Collector said the issue emotional connection to a person should be taken out of the business. So in our this situation's weird. It's not like everybody else out there. I have a YouTube channel. Jeff has a YouTube channel. Okay. Eric has a YouTube channel. And so through those YouTube channels, you meet people, you have connections, you might develop partnerships or you might develop friendships. I don't work for Tweeterhead. I own 2 Tweeterhead products. Chad has been kind enough for me to have Tweeterhead come into this space to see, so you guys can see it, to send it on, because I believe in what they create. I love their artistry. I love their sculpts. And so, yeah, I definitely support Tweeterhead. I don't support bad customer service. Again, I think that's shitty. So yes, he knows it's shitty. They're trying to do something about it. Is it maybe too late for some people? Yep. Some people have written them off years ago, and that's fine. That's your business. But when in terms of emotional connection, that is just my personal story, or maybe Jeff's personal story, or Eric's, or Billy, people that have met him. We are coming from that angle. Again, you have the ability to choose to buy from him or not.
Yeah.
Again, this is not, whenever I did my video, it wasn't news. It was just my opinion. And again, that's something we're all entitled to.
I mean,
You at the end of the day, you are the purchaser.
You can view somebody or some situation through different lenses. We view him as a friend and we're rooting for him to do well. But you just said, if his customer service is shitty, it's shitty. That's it.
Right. And that's the thing, is like, yes, it's shitty. Yes.
I think people are upset because, he was on a show and said, hey, I'm hiring some help. He used to work for Sideshow. He gave us all this information. And then people are still complaining that he's not getting back to them. And again, they don't understand that he possibly is backed up, but everybody thinks that their order is the only order.
And I've also found out through various networks that, sometimes, when people post negativity, sometimes they don't always post the entire story.
Yep.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. And so again, they're having to comb through some of this stuff. And I had a short conversation with Chad earlier this week, and we talked about this very same thing. And he said that, Eric, he is night and day going through this stuff. And again, he has to prove it now. He has to answer the emails. I know that they sent a ton of refunds again last week or this week. I'm not sure. Chad talked about it on the show, how many thousands of dollars he's done in refunds. And that's why he said he can't do it anymore, because people were, my dog died, so I want a refund. And that's people's opinion, or not opinion, but it's people's what's the word I'm looking for? Prerogative. Thank you. It's their prerogative to ask for a refund. And up until now, you could, for any reason. And again, Chad said, that's my own fault. I didn't have any caveats to, my brother and sister-in-law is getting married. I can't afford it anymore. I need to cancel it. And so again, he was taking hit after hit. And again, that's from the business side of things. So, but again, the customer service does have to get better. Jeff, did you ever want to weigh in on that? Like, from what you see on your side of things?
Yeah. I mean, I think every email should be answered. Every phone call should be answered. If there's an issue that's affecting a lot of customers, it should be posted about on social media. Yeah, he needs more communication. He knows that. There's no doubt about that. I like Tweeterhead. It frustrates me when people call me a mouthpiece for Tweeterhead. Those people obviously haven't watched all my Tweeterhead reviews.
Superman.
So that's frustrating. And also, I think I've heard people suggest, even in the chat tonight, that they should just sell everything through Sideshow. But Sideshow takes 40% when they distribute it on the company's items. So if you think you're going to get a $300 1/3 scale bust through Sideshow, that's not going to happen.
And it's way more than 40%.
Right. So
it's going to be about like $700-800 now instead of $350. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be about $800, and then that's what I was saying.
Right.
You want better customer service? Okay, he'll go out and just do it through Sideshow and be done with it. But like Jeff's saying, you're not going to get those prices anymore.
Right. So I do like Tweeterhead. I have ordered 3 of their 1/3 scale busts. I have no reason to believe they're not going to be coming. Someone asked in the chat if there's an update on the Superman bust. I asked Chad a couple of days ago. He said it should arrive in California at the end of June. I'm sorry, the end of January.
Oh.
Don't freak out. The end of January, not June. So yeah, I'm going to get my stuff. I'm not worried about that at all. It's a very frustrating situation for us and for Chad, I'm sure. But yeah, every single email should be answered. Every phone call should be responded to.
And in a timely manner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, again, whether it's relationship aside, that is something that we are consistently saying, that it is important for them to fix it. He's come on the channel saying he's going to fix it. Now he has to fix it. He will be the first one to admit, I need to fix it. And so, again, if he doesn't, it will ruin his business.
Yeah.
And that's just bottom line. People will not buy. And so, again, everybody's frustrated, as you should be. You just want an answer, or you want it to, I mean, sometimes even people have said that they get an answer and then they get refunded 3 months later.
That's what happened this week.
I saw somebody who said that they agreed to give him a refund, and still took 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, that's what I was out thinking. Chad admitted himself he's hurting with all these giving out refunds. So maybe he just doesn't have the funds to move around to even refund people in a timely manner at the moment. I don't know.
Possible too.
And again, it doesn't mean everyone has to feel the same about Chad or Tweeterhead that you do. Exactly. You're a buying customer. Buy if you want, and if you don't trust.
I mean, I'll tell you quickly. I had an issue with Joker on Throne. I wanted to cancel it, not because I didn't want it. I was, it's a long story, but is when they were changing it from 1/6 to 1/4, whatever. I ended up canceling it. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a long time to get my refund back. As far as like emails back and forth, I mean, it was decent. I wasn't getting ignored for months, but it definitely took a while to get the money back. I did get my money back. And yeah, I was a little hesitant to order again. And when the Mr. Freeze bus came out, I placed my order knowing that this could take a while. And now I know that. So I would say moving forward, just be patient or don't order.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
I mean,
again, go ahead.
I've ordered even through Prime 1. I don't know how many of you guys have the Harley Quinn, the comic version, the one where she's on the skate ramp. Chris, I think you have that one, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That was like a 2.5-year wait. And I got frustrated, didn't want to wait anymore. And they were like, all right, well, you're not getting your deposit back, which was at, whatever, like almost 150, maybe $200. So I just left it there and just waited, and it eventually came, but that's Prime 1, and they had us waiting over 2 years for that piece.
Yep. I think it was almost 3.
It might have been almost 3 years. Yeah.
I think it was almost 3.
I think it was almost 3. I actually couldn't believe when I saw that final charge notice. I was like, I couldn't even remember what it was. It was so long. I thought that piece was never going to get made.
Brad, sorry, you've asked a ton of questions, and I don't know the answer to all of them. I'm sorry, but Tweeterhead has been. I just looked it up. They were in business. They started in 2012 as a small business making model kits. So that's how Chad got started. Then I know he got the license to do like the Munsters. He did like the 60s Batman.
First Tweeterhead piece I had was the Cesar Romero Joker.
Yeah, great piece
with the wall behind him.
Yeah, so he was very into that kind of stuff, like Elvira, like that kind of time period. And so that's how I got started.
Some witch kit. I forget her name.
Yeah. And so again, you can take our opinions. You could take it or leave it. You can buy from them or not buy from them. Bigger picture, again, it really doesn't come down to anything other than they need to do better with customer service. Everybody agrees that the products are really well done. They like the sculpts. Some people are really excited about the bus. I am. People love the Master of the Universe stuff. And so, again, it does come down to customer service. And at this point, bottom line, no matter what we say or no matter what we feel, they have to do better. They have to get their ducks in a row. And if they don't, it will cost Chad. And he knows that. And so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Eric works his magic. I hope he is up day and night. I hope he is answering everybody's emails, because if they don't, they're just going to continue to piss people off. And I would hate to see that because, again, I do believe in what Chad is doing. I love his art direction. I love Dave Igo. I love his art direction with some of the monsters and the Masters of the Universe stuff. So I personally, as a collector, I want them to succeed. And knowing Chad, I want him to be able to succeed.
And if you do contact the company, make sure you're writing out well-thought emails. I could even think of people complaining about Sideshow's customer service back in the day to where I'm like, I've never had an issue with Sideshow's customer service. It's about communication. If you communicate properly through email, which sometimes is hard to do because you're writing something out versus verbally communicating with somebody over the phone or in person. But just make sure you're properly getting the message out to them and not attacking them in the emails. Also, that doesn't help.
Henry says, I want to see Eric on the shows now, not Chad. We're actually going to have Eric on. We're going to put him under the fire. And so, we're going to ask him those questions, what he has seen, because I'm sure he has some stories to tell also from the customer service side. But he also, again, he's the new front man for this. So he needs to.
Is this guy Eric, is he answering phones or just answering emails? Is there a phone number that you can call?
They did actually just, let me see.
Because that's the thing with Sideshow is you can call and get someone on the phone.
Yeah, it's easier to do that.
It's easy to do that. And I think the verbal communication where, obviously it's a conversation between you and another human. It's a lot, it puts people at ease more than sending an email, getting your thoughts. First of all, writing an email is frustrating as it is because you're probably upset and now you have to type all this stuff out. And then waiting for a reply that either never comes or comes, a week later.
They did just do this direct email, eric@tweeterhead.com. And I think they also added something else new. I can't remember what they said. Let me see if I could see it.
I think Chad might need 2 Erics.
The phone knows he's got a headset on, but there's no phone number.
That's right. No phone number.
He's not answering phones. We're wearing a headset for.
I agree. I think at least right now it would be not a bad idea to bring on a couple extra people. But like you said, it's going to cost him more. But at what expense? For his company. That's that sort of thing. So I think it might be a really good idea to add a couple more people to get caught up, and then let Eric do his thing from then on. And again, if you don't want to mess with any of this stuff, buy from Sideshow.
Yep.
Well, moving forward, Eric's job should be very easy because there's no refunds. So now he could be like, sorry, no free refund.
Yeah, he's going to handle returns. He's going to handle shipping a new product out. So, and again, if that pisses you off, again, don't buy from Tweeterhead. It's not that complicated. People can choose to buy where they want to buy. I think people are more upset about, the customer service, getting a response. That needs to improve without question. And so hopefully it will. That's what I'm hoping for. I think everybody on this panel is hoping for that because, again, I think everybody's kind of tired of hearing about it, and customers are upset and frustrated. So they need to be compensated. I cannot speak tonight. It's been a long day.
How long has it been for the Superman bust?
It was supposed to be here end of November, I think.
Yeah.
Now we're going into Chinese New Year, which is always a delay.
Well, no, he said it's supposed to land into January, so should beat that, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
And see, I thought it was closer than that. I thought it was more like it was going to start.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to understand about Chad. When you ask Chad when a statue ships, he always tells you when it's shipping from China.
He needs to change that.
So when he told you it's shipping in a few days, that meant from China. It's arriving here at the end of January. I was very specific when I messaged him.
Okay, good.
When is it arriving in California?
So maybe that's something he can, just to improve his communication. Maybe he can be more like, this is when it's going to arrive here.
Yeah, no one cares when it's leaving China.
Right. And I mean, it might sound good at the moment because then it makes it seem like it's coming earlier. Right. But I mean, and China can sometimes be, a couple weeks. Sometimes it could be three months. Like it just depends on what boat it's on.
Right.
And if if the ports have a strike or if the ports are backed up with Christmas stuff, I don't know. All that delays things.
He also said that's the 3rd container. So there are 2 containers coming prior to that one.
And I think
a lot of the stuff
Batman. There was some Batman on that one, and a Master of the Universe piece when I talked to him earlier in the week.
Okay.
So
or something like that.
Yeah, maybe Trapjaw, maybe the
Skeletor,
original one,
life-size bust.
So there were a number of pieces on that one, and maybe that's what he was talking about when I talked to him, because I know he said it should be here any day, in terms of like arriving in the port and then they have to unload it and ship it off.
Right.
Yeah, Brad, they're made in China, all of the statues, but he is based in California. So Stationary Wanderer, what do you suggest?
Next topic.
Just don't buy as a cop-out statement. Why? I mean, what else do you want?
Chad said that himself. Go through Sideshow if you don't want to go through Tweeter.
I mean, I don't know why it's a cop-out statement. It's like they need to fix their stuff, and if they don't buy from them. I mean, if somebody's not meeting my needs as a consumer, I'm not going to buy from them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's so complicated about that. Am I missing something there, guys? Am I missing something?
I think he was replying to my comics. I keep making comments like that, but
okay, I'm sorry.
It's true. I mean, listen, I had an issue. Same way with you guys. I was mad not getting my refund in time. I made the decision to order from them again, knowing that, hey, this could happen again.
Are the busts available on Sideshow though?
No.
So so to say, hey, buy from Sideshow, what if you want one of the busts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Foxtown, there is just one person dealing with customer service. They are a 3-man operation. It's Chad, Dave, and Eric. Again, very, very small. I mean, we talk about them as a big company, but they're a very small company. So, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Jerry, there are ads during the live stream. That is YouTube. And he must be paying fortune for licenses and maybe overstretched himself. I mean, it's very possible. Licenses are not cheap. So I was kind of feeling the same way, Jerry. I was like, I couldn't quite tell. But anyway, I don't know if we've beaten a dead horse, but again, I just wanted to, again, let everybody say their piece. I think we've made it pretty clear.
Yeah. Before we move on, it goes with any company. If you can't, don't go spending money on, luxury items. If you know something could possibly happen in the future to where you're going to want to request a refund on that item.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
No more refunds.
I want to go to a real quick topic. This is not going to take very long, but this was given to us by Kevin Vincent on the Facebook group. And he said, what is the oldest piece in your collection? And why do you still have it? Why do you still love it? Okay. So we'll go around the horn. Why don't we start? We'll start with Matt.
Okay. My oldest piece and first piece was piece I bought from you, the Sideshow premium format Batman. Saw you were selling it. At that time, I'd been watching a couple of your YouTube videos and kind of getting into, I was like, oh, that's a lot of money, And I think you sold it to me, I want to say for like between $400 and like $450. And I was going back and forth messaging you, never talked to you before, but still have it, never get rid of it. Right now it is boxed up, but I was thinking I might bring it out, and my closet has shelving and display shelving for 1/4 statues. That's probably where I'm going to put all my 1/4. But yeah, the OG premium format Batman, he's on like a gargoyle, and it's just a timeless piece.
Yep, I'd forgotten about that. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
little piece of the Bat Cave and the Bat Vault. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Eric, how about your oldest piece?
I wouldn't really call it the oldest. It's not really old because the same thing with my room. My collection's always rotating. I like to switch things up. I don't like staring at the same thing over and over again for a certain amount of time. I mean, pretty much everything in here feels new to me because I just started collecting 1/3 scale, I think like a year ago. But the only thing that survived when I sold off all of my 1/4 scale was I kept Batman Sanity, which is a 1/6 diorama. Thought about getting rid of it, but I don't know. There's something really cool about that piece. It's different. You don't really see, a diorama, but I think there's like 13 characters on that base. So yeah, I guess Batman Sanity is probably the old, if you want to call it old, in this collection as of right now. Apologize for the dog barking.
Great piece. Your dog concurs, right?
My wife just got home from shopping.
So. Nice.
There's also like drones landing in the. So I think somebody shot down a drone in my neighborhood. So
Yeah, now the latest thing is
police
apparently
activity
like
photo.
they're missing some sort of radioactive something now, and so apparently that's
Yeah.
what they're looking for. So that's great. That's exciting. So hopefully the drones leave your area soon, gentlemen, because I know that's got to be
They're here every night.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, it's
crazy.
my daughter, actually. Where'd you go?
Billy, let's go over to you.
Like Eric, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and I've had a lot of stuff come and go. I still have the first statue that I ever bought, and that's the Sideshow Keaton '89 Batman.
Oh yeah, great piece.
Yeah, I mean, it's aside from, as great as the 1/3 piece that you just got in is, and it is great. I still think for quarter scale guys, this one still holds up, and there's a lot of I got it at I went to Wizard World, which was I guess they're called Fan Expos now, right? And somebody had it there in a booth with a bunch of Funko Pops and everything. And my son, my older son, was still in a carriage at the time, and I was pushing him around, and I had a 3-day pass. This was on a Friday, and I saw it, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, it was like $350, and I'm like, there's no way I'm paying that. And I kept passing it, and we kept passing it, and then we were coming back Saturday. It was still there, and I remember telling my wife, who was with us on Saturday, if it's there Sunday when we're leaving, I'm getting it. And so it was there. I ended up passing by, and the guy said, hey, listen, and it was in the big box. I was like, there's no way I'm going to lug this with a baby and all this stuff. And he said, I could ship it to you. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that because then I got to pay for shipping. So what I did was I ran my wife and my son out, put them in the car, ran back in, paid for it, grabbed it, and hauled it back. And, now he's 13 years old, and it's all been downhill since then with this. So, but
Can I ask you a question, actually? Because you have I don't know, the people part don't realize about, well, with your background, you have half of your room is like a huge sports collection, and the other half is a huge statue collection.
Oh yeah.
Do you ever sell off your sports memorabilia to make
Yeah.
room for other things, or is that like solid in place there?
Nope. It's just like the statues. Things
statues,
come and go, but it's different because sports memorabilia, obviously depends on the
Is
player.
it tougher to sell?
It's some no, not the people that I collect. Like if you're a really good player, your value goes up when you break in, right? And you're a prospect, but prospects in sports are always suspect. So then if your career is on a trajectory to go up, your stuff will go up. And then if you stay a good player, you retire, your stuff goes up when you retire because there's less access to that player. He's not at the ballpark every single day. Then it goes up again if that player makes the Hall of Fame, because every time they sign their autograph, they're going to put that HOF on it. And then it goes up one more time when that player passes away, because the product is his signature, and obviously there's not going to be any more product put out there.
Yeah.
Or you could be a Michael Jordan who just doesn't sign that much. So even though he's very much alive, his signature is rare because he doesn't sign very much. So they're more expensive. But things come and go. You just don't notice it when you come here because I don't think you look at it that much.
No, I
But
do.
if you
You
think
got a lot of stuff though.
if you think the statue game is hard, sports memorabilia it's hard. From counterfeits,
Yeah.
I think all of us in the group can tell a recast, which is a counterfeit statue, a mile away, right?
Right.
With this, it's a little harder to do. PSA, JSA, they're very much involved in it. And I think, one day when we do a revamped room tour, we'll take a look at,
The other
all
half.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other half.
Yeah, he's got a huge sports collection.
So but there's it's just like us, just like just complaining. There's cattiness, there's all of that, with all right, you have a photo. I want my signature here. There's placement of the signature, not all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's going to bring your value down because the placement, or I wanted a gold ink and you did it in blue, so all those things, placement of signatures, if the person streaked it and it didn't come out bold, that's going to bring it down, so there's a lot of stuff. And obviously the older the player that their signature's been around, like let's say a Mickey Mantle, it's easier for them to forge because they've been practicing it for so long,
Yeah.
So you have to equate all those things into the hobby. It's pretty tough.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, the Keaton '89 is my favorite. Don't think I'll ever sell him. He's still going for a pretty decent price, you know, if you can find one that the cape isn't all flaky, you know.
Yeah.
But
I love
yeah,
the stairs on that one. Like the
the
him going up
stairs, the couple of little bats that are hanging from behind the
Yeah.
stairs that you don't even see, but the fact that they're there. And you know, like I said, my son was in a carriage at that time, and tomorrow he's gonna help me unbox Iron Man, and he's a 13-year-old kid with a little
Mhm.
mustache. So
Uh-huh.
it's been around a long time.
It's
And then
awesome.
I was able to hunt down that quarter scale Keaton Nicholson,
Yeah.
which is fan art.
Fan
that
art. Yep.
was- And there's only 50 of those that were ever made, so they look nice together.
Yeah, I
good
bet they
use.
do.
Yeah.
Jeff, your oldest piece.
Any scale?
Yeah, any scale.
Any
Just
scale.
your oldest piece that you have in your collection.
Yes, right there.
Wow, nice.
Golden Age Batman.
Is that was that the Warner Brothers store?
No, I went to get my comics on a random Wednesday a very long time ago, 15 years ago or something. And this was sitting on the counter right by the register.
That's
Love it.
cool.
That's awesome.
So,
Is that? I feel like I've seen something recently where they're
Iron
coming out with that
Studios
again.
with the
It's
purple
the-
gloves.
Oh,
Iron
Iron Studios.
Studios.
Okay.
Iron
Yeah.
Studios.
Yeah, same
might
pose
order
too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar, but this one I like this one actually better. It's like
That's
a
awesome.
little
man.
bigger.
so my oldest quarter scale is the Samurai Batman.
Oh, nice, nice.
Thank you.
Well, my oldest is the looking at it right here is the OG Joker.
Doesn't feel like these statues are that old. It's making me feel old.
Right there.
Yep.
So yeah, that's definitely my oldest piece. I'll never forget. Like I was kind of into Sideshow. Like I was discovering Sideshow.
Do you still
Yeah,
have the
before-
bust too?
Yeah, I was going to say that my other two are the Joker and Batman busts, the OG Batman and Joker busts. And it's funny because, like, I'll never forget. I had like my very first Sideshow piece was the Jack Sparrow, the one where he was like he's like leaning up against that barrel and he's got the map and his legs are crisscrossed. That was my very first Sideshow piece, and that's kind of what got me introduced into Sideshow. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I can't remember if my second piece might have been like an Indiana Jones, like the one where he's kind of got the knife and he's like in the temple. I had those two pieces, and then I remember at Sideshow at San Diego they had the Joker and he was on a banner, and that was like the introduction that they got the DC license, and I was so excited. And man, what a great one to start out with. And you know, I'll never sell that Joker. That's a piece that, you know, I've added a lot of other Jokers over the years, but
Do you still use the bloody gloves? And
yeah,
the
I've got the
crowbar?
custom
I sent you that.
gloves. Was that
I
from
sent
you?
you that. I did. I sent you that. It was I
Crazy. I don't remember that either.
I commissioned the gloves and the crowbar, and then I had a deal for the statue, and that fell through. And I tried to cancel the gloves and the crowbar, and the commissioner was like, no, you know, it's already made, you know, and so he shipped it anyway. And then something happened in the process. I don't know what it was or how it happened. I paid him through PayPal, and I guess he accidentally did refund me. So I got the refund, and then one day the boxes showed up. I opened it. It was the gloves and the crowbar, and I'm like, well, I don't have the statue. I then tried to hunt down the statue just because I had it, and I was just like, yeah, you know what? By that time, I had like two other Jokers, and I was just like, forget it. And I'm thinking, who has this thing? And I always saw it in the background, and I ended up shipping it to you.
Yeah, I can't believe I don't remember that. Like, it's
Well, that's
crazy.
where that came from.
That makes me love this piece even more now. Because I love it. Like it came with like the knife, like it was kind of like the cane where like he was pulling apart the knife, which I loved the concept, but the knife was very subtle, like you couldn't really see it very well, and so I just love the bloody gloves and the crowbar. That's what I keep on it all the time.
Yeah.
So thank you. I guess I don't know how I forgot about it, but that's awesome.
It was like 4 years ago, right?
I was gonna say, like,
a long time ago.
I think about like all the transactions and all the conversations I've had over the last 8 years. It's been a lot. So I do apologize if I forget sometimes, but that's I'm so glad to have it on that piece. But that's definitely my oldest piece, along with the Joker and Batman busts, which I've toyed selling, but I don't know if I ever can. It's so kind of iconic to the channel. and I still love them. I still love to look at them. So don't need to sell them if I don't need to. So anyway, that's that topic. You guys ready to look at photos?
So the Humble Collector UK wants to know, have we sold a piece, regretted it, and can't get it back?
Well, I've sold and bought pieces like 80 times, so bought it back. So I'm not a good one to judge, but I don't know. You guys,
I have it.
I don't
Because
think
usually when I decide to sell a piece, I'm like mentally done with it. So like I'm just like, hey, just want to get it out.
Yeah.
I bought back Talon. Talon was a little bit tough to track down, but I found them. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything that was like too crazy where I couldn't never get it ever again.
I think all the ones I've ever gotten back had a pretty good ES, so it wasn't hard to get. But like if you think of like trying to get Sanity back or trying to get Talon or one of these ones with an ES of 70 to 100, it's gonna be hard to get them back.
The Joker bust behind me was tough to track down. That was the toughest piece I ever had in my collection to find, and that got to the point where nobody was contacting me. I started reaching out to people. I knew 3 people that had it. One I think was like Sick One, and then the other one was like one of the moderators from our group. And I was like, basically went up to him saying, "I know you're not offering to sell it, but would you be willing to sell it?" So sometimes you just got to reach out to people if you know if they have it and say, "Hey, you want to sell that?"
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that's how I got it.
Hurt. And that's what happened with my Sanity. When I sold Sanity, I hadn't listed it or anything, and somebody just said, "Hey, I saw your video by chance. Do you want to sell it?"
Yeah.
Here's what I'm offering. I'm like, okay. So I did. So you just never know.
I
apologize. Go ahead.
I've actually never sold a piece that I wish I got back, but I had one on pre-order and it was delayed like 3 or 4 times, and I got tired of waiting for it, so I canceled it. And then when it came out, it became scarce and it was hard to find. And that's the Daredevil from Iron Studios that has like the church in the back and the little fat naked little boys on the sides and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That whole one. I finally found them, for a decent price locally, but I think I searched for that thing for about close to 2 years. I had the Daniel Bell Sideshow one, which was great too. Not the black one that Jeff has, just the regular red one, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the Iron Studios one, I found it. I was at that point, because I liked the Sideshow one, I was loosely looking for it. I wasn't like on the hunt for it. And he was like, "Listen, I'm just getting away from 1/4. If you want to come and get it, I'll give you a good price or whatever." So I ended up finding it, got that, sold the Daniel Bell one. And by that time, the Daniel Bell one sold for pretty good. It almost covered the whole price of the Iron Studios one. But Iron Studios has been with me ever since then, and he is. If you've never seen that one in person, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool piece.
Yep.
Just real quick, I missed the super chat earlier. Looking to get my first statue. Do I get Batman versus Croc, DC 1000, or try to save for Batman versus Joker?
DC 1000, the Faybock. You got to get.
I'm assuming he's talking about Prime 1 Batman versus Joker.
Wait. Well, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna be a quarter scale guy or a third scale guy? Because Batman versus Croc is quarter.
It's a great question. I mean, I would tend to go to Tech 1000. I just feel like it's
Tech
more
1000.
If he's getting into statues, pick a scale first. Don't just be all over the place.
I don't know. I really love that Croc piece, though.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, unless you're gonna have a little bit of.
When is that shipping?
That's
sometime next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are like 3 really good pieces. That's a tough question.
Can you get all 3?
Sometimes I look at that Tech 1000 and I think he's leaning a little bit.
Mine's not leaning.
I say mine's not.
So I saw a Triumph or Triumphant, whatever it's called, at Billy's house the other day for the first time, and I was almost questioning. I think I might like it better than Tech 1000. I don't know. It's a cool piece.
It's a cool piece. I mean,
I just like that pose. I like Batman pose on a roof.
Great. The downfall, obviously, is that it's fabric, and not everybody loves fabric, so it's like it is what it is. But the pose
it's a cool
is
piece,
great.
though. It's got a lot of different textures on it.
If I had to take some points off that statue, it's definitely the cape. Not that it doesn't look great, but getting it on was not fun.
It's not fun.
I mean, once you get it, listen, my wife poses most of the capes because I just don't have patience for it. But she had to come down and actually get it on. Chris, I'm only talking to you because you're the only one that has it. But you know how like it has the little loops that go over the bottom part, but then the back has to stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the whole cowl is not meant to be underneath the cape, and then to get it in,
Didn't you have to stretch it? Like stretch it up and
you had
around?
to stretch it a little bit, which is always nerve-wracking. And then once you do that, you stretch the back of it, and that'll pop out the back, and that's how it's supposed to look. And then you kind of kind of bent the wire around his shoulder, so it took tension off the front, so you're not pulling it because
Yeah.
you bend the wire. And then I thought it wasn't secure, but I think that's why it's a magnet and it's a peg.
Yeah, probably. That's the extra
know,
support. Plus, he's leaning forward.
And he's leaning forward, so they put a peg. It's a big peg too, so it's all the way in there. But that cape, I was fiddling around with that thing for over an hour. Actually, I think I called you to see how you did it.
See, I don't even remember because I haven't taken it off since I got it. Like it's exactly the same way, same cape pose. Like I haven't touched it.
Yeah, and then I wanted to see the building, so she kind of like formed it around the back of the building because there's like a ledge back there.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I have it
Yeah.
like kind of like looping or like I don't know if you guys could see it, probably not, but
Yep.
It's it's kind of like comes across the top right. I can't like right. Sorry, my camera. I don't know how to do this. Like right there,
crunching him.
And then the back side is kind of curving around the back side too. So
it looks good.
Yeah, looks good. It's a fun piece. I love it.
It is a fun one.
All right, let's quit talking. Let's look at pictures.
All
right. Maybe. Let's see. All right, no banners are on. That's a good sign. All right.
Your camera's looking extra crisp these days.
That's good. That's what I was hoping. All right. Can you guys see photo number 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start with a new release from Sideshow. We saw this one kind of gradually teased. This is Bishop from X-Men, and this was finally revealed and up for pre-order again. Some of these photos are a little older because we did have our auction show, so bear with us here. But what do you guys think about how this one turned out?
I think it looks good. I think the orbit looks real good. And it looks like that's a light up feature, so that looks real cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's too expensive.
Yeah, I think they did him justice, but yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, why is it so expensive?
I don't
How
know.
much is it?
$9.25 for the exclusive and $8.95 for the reg.
So almost $200 or
There?
more? I mean, than most of them.
Prices have been like yo-yoing up and down with these quarter scales.
Well, that with the Wolverine too. The Wolverine is $1,025, I think.
I tell you, I
Or
feel
the
like they're
weapon
doing it on
X.
person, on purpose, to where they're just eventually just gonna hit the 1K mark and be like, oh, we're stuck there.
That's when they're going to shoot themselves in the foot, I think, because that's why people have kind of come back. Is the prices have been lower.
Yeah.
So I worry that if they keep creeping up like this, they're going to just, eliminate everyone again. But again, it kind of goes back to those. They're kind of targeting those hardcore collectors. The few of us that are left.
It's a cool
Yeah,
piece.
that light up feature looks real cool.
Yeah, I like it. I think the colors look really nice. I think the sculpt. I really like the overall sculpt of him.
Yeah,
I think it's a fun piece.
This one will look good next to the cable.
Yeah,
Definitely better than Beast.
Oh yeah. No, this is good.
Oh, this is cool too.
This one is kind of came out of nowhere. This is a brand new premium piece. This is a 3rd scale from PCS. This is going to be silicone. So this is PCS's kind of first foray into using a silicone head.
Maisel robe, isn't he? Maisel?
What do you guys think about them using silicone? Do you feel like it's necessary, or
I don't know. Yeah, I said he's all covered in a robe, I guess, just except for the head sculpt.
It's just a head, though.
Yeah.
Does
I
that
think that
does that saber light up?
yeah.
Looks like it.
I mean, it's I think it's awesome. I mean, it looks
Yeah, it
just
looks
like
good.
him.
What piece? They had something on at New York Comic Con with the base like that. It was really cool in person.
Was that like there was like a storytelling base? There was some stuff going on.
Yeah,
underneath
if
it,
you look at the
right?
bases, like characters fighting and stuff,
Yeah,
you could like see through it. It's
I
pretty
think that
cool.
was a mole too.
I
Yeah, we'll
know. I almost feel like it was this piece, but I think we haven't seen it yet, though. Unless
No,
it was.
they didn't have this one. I mean, they might have. I don't know if they maybe have done him in just regular polystone before.
Yeah, they did.
Is this
Maybe
quarter?
that's what was there.
It had a switch out torso, and when the switch out torso, he didn't have any clothes on the upper half.
But that was a Darth Maul too, right?
Yeah,
I like
think
it
it
with the
might have
hood.
been- I think that might have been one.
That's a 1/3.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big piece. Yeah.
I like him with the hood. The hood looks real good.
Yeah, the hood looks great.
It does look good.
So
Oh,
again,
that
kind of
looks cool.
kind of taking a little bit of a nod, obviously, from PCS here, doing some storytelling elements.
Yeah, the third scale has that.
I'm
but
sorry,
it's
Legendary
not
Beast.
engraved onto the
Yeah, so it's
base.
piece, yeah.
It actually is going on underneath the base.
It's really neat.
It looked really, really cool in San Diego. That storytelling base. was
Yeah.
really cool on the piece they had in San
It's
Diego.
almost like 3D,
Yeah, that's what caught
Yeah,
my
it
eye.
does look good.
I
Feels like
that
you can
one.
see through it.
and I love the not the skid mark, but the like the the edge mark here from the lightsaber.
Has
Melting
anybody
effect.
been on Rise of the Resistance?
I was gonna say
And
it looks like you're in the
Yeah.
elevator.
Looks like
Yeah,
what he does when he cuts through the door, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Your
Not him.
R2
Kylo Ren
unit
does
goes
it.
crazy.
Yeah, it's when he back up and just take off.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a really popular piece. I think they're going to do well with it.
I do too. I just
Yeah.
obviously that price point, with
That's awesome.
silicone. I just don't know if they need it necessarily.
Well, I mean, it's still cheaper than a J&D, and it's half scale, right?
I
Who's
don't know.
third?
This was third.
This one?
I think it's his third.
I think it's third too.
Okay. Well, it's still cheaper than J&D.
Yeah. This was some initial paint in progress from JC at Legendary Beast. Obviously, it doesn't even have like the tones on the skin yet, or the eyebrows or anything like that. So I think they have a lot to show us still, but it gives us kind of an idea of paint scheme.
It's a lot of portraits. Are the eyes closed on this one? I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
It looks like it, yes.
Could be the one that he's looking down.
Yeah, kind of like just he's got slits.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm excited to see more from them. This one I thought was cool too. This is going to be Jazz Inc. That they're going to do a Vicky Vale, she's never been done ever.
That looks good.
So it's just a floating head like that.
Yeah. This is a 6 scale, so it'll be just a figure. But
Oh, 6.
I would buy a 3rd scale statue from Blitzway.
Yeah.
J&D also did tease the Catwoman this week, kind of like the maid / her leaving the airport look. I've got another photo in just a moment, but excited to see more there. I threw this in there. This is from our friends over at Supercraft. Congratulations on the sellout. I did order this one, and I know Matt also ordered it.
Yep.
Who else ordered it?
I did.
Jeff, yeah.
I was close. Dan was close. We made it through the storm.
Congratulations.
Did you guys notice that the head and the bats make up the logo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Wait,
Pretty
what?
cool.
Wait, the bats and the
Yeah,
head
because
make
his
up
arm is covering his emblem.
Yep.
The bats in his head make up the actual bats, like the bat emblem. It's pretty neat.
Okay.
Oh, that is cool.
So, Matt, you got some add-ons, didn't you?
Yeah, I did the add-on of the clock.
Mm-hmm.
The clock add-on. I mean, like all you guys saw, you could add on. You can customize it.
Yep.
10 different ways. But I got the clock base that
does
has the exact time that.
Does
that
the clock
died.
fit on top of this base?
No.
No,
I couldn't figure that out.
It's
That-
you can put it in
On the
front
Okay.
if you want to.
And that's if
of it.
that's if you want to put.
Okay. Sorry.
Everybody's trying to talk at the same time.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was just going to say that you put Bruce on the clock.
Yeah.
And then that way you could have Batman just by himself if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you could put the clock on the base, but all right, got it.
I liked the clock, but not for $299.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought the basic, although I think we all got the extra portrait included for free.
Yep.
Yep.
Because that That extra portrait actually looks awesome. With the texture on it and everything.
So here's a question: if you win the noir, are you going to accept it or keep the one you?
Oh, I'm getting the noir.
I was thinking that. I think I would turn it down. I mean, it's worth so much more money, but I think I want it.
Has all the customizations.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I still think I want this one.
Yeah, but it's you don't get all the paint like colors. I mean, not there's a ton of colors, but.
Mm-hmm.
When was this estimated to arrive, whatever?
Probably 2026.
Yeah, it's October to December. No, it's October to December of next year.
Oh, really? So okay, so a year wait. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, there wasn't very many made. What was it? ES of 201?
201?
201. Yeah.
This one and one noir.
So I wonder how they're going to do that. I wonder how they're going to choose.
At Supercraft?
They're going to draw it out of a hat.
Okay, yeah, I hope they do it like live or so we could see like it's legit.
I think I would have to accept the noir because imagine the care that they're going to take to paint one in that paint scheme.
That's true.
I think it's going to be painted really well.
Well, and it's one of a kind, right?
Yep.
So I mean that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat to have one of a kind of anything. Yeah. This was the other teaser.
I like Dan's comment on this.
Now I don't know. Oh, is Dan in the chat?
No, he made a comment on Facebook. He's like, "What's next, Bruce Spring?"
I still don't. This was shown, but I don't know if this is 6 scale or if this is the 3rd scale. I think it's the 3rd scale. But what they showed before was her hands being cuffed. So I don't know if there's going to be different. If she's
swap
like posable
or something. Yeah.
Swap outs. I don't know how it'll be done.
But I don't see paying $3,000 for a lady just strolling some luggage. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So,
Put that next to my Batman.
This is 1/6 though, right?
That's what I don't know. I don't know. I think this is the 3rd scale, but I'm not sure.
Jesus.
It's got that similar base for the 3rd scales.
So I don't know. I don't know which is which. I'm sure we'll see more in the next week or so.
Yeah.
We talked about Tweeterhead ad nauseum.
Can we talk about it again? I'm kidding.
No. These are some in-hand photos of the Batman versus Joker. Again, if you're still watching, I am going to be unboxing this one on Monday night. And so I'm excited to try to put this thing together. But initial photos, I thought it looks really good.
Still don't like that leg.
I still don't like that leg.
Paint looks good.
Big box.
Good.
Yeah, really big box.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many pieces were in the box. I was like, holy cow.
It's crazy. That's why I said it's taking me 3 hours.
The Sideshow was like 5 minutes long.
Oh, it's got a light up too. I didn't know.
Yeah, the gas lights up.
Yeah, I think they added that after the thought. Yeah.
And then the extra base that they have, the little nameplate, I thought was really neat.
That is cool.
I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
So anyway, yeah, please join me on Monday if you're interested in watching me unbox it. It might be a train wreck. This is a new one shown today. This is a 1/20th scale.
Okay.
From Iron Studios. Dogs are home.
Yep.
They're singing Christmas music. Like,
Roof, roof, roof. But I like the paint on this. It's fun.
Oh, that does look cool.
Yeah.
Again, pretty small, but the paint's nice.
I like that cell shading.
Yeah, it's
Makes it look like a comic book.
Yeah, I love it.
Who's doing this one?
Iron Studios.
Iron Studios.
But that's the size right there. So it's pretty good size.
Yeah.
1/20th, but still. I don't know.
Did you guys see my post? Did you guys see my post about that Iron Studios Indiana Jones?
I don't know if I saw it.
So that piece was at D23, and I shot a video of it, and I thought the likeness was pretty good. It's quarter scale Indiana Jones. And I looked yesterday. It's waitlisted at Sideshow. It's waitlisted at Iron Studios.
What was the ES?
Neither site lists an edition size.
There were 3.
So I kind of like it.
I like it. It could be better.
I'm kind of thinking about it. Spec is still taking orders for it.
Well,
Anyway,
I think I mean, I could see it being a sanctuary piece. It fits
Yeah.
in with what you got.
Anyway, that's one of the things on my mind right now is Indiana Jones.
Can't go wrong with Harrison Ford.
Yep.
Just threw a couple photos they released today. They're doing Hush 2, and this is the Liber Mayho cover,
Jesus.
That looks cool.
Awesome.
which looks amazing.
Yeah, that's
with Hush, and then also Sean Murphy's doing a wraparound cover
Nice.
Oh, that looks cool.
with the villains.
Who's in that? Scarecrow, Riddler. Is that Lex Luthor?
Yep. Riddler. It's got Ivy up in the trees. Superman, Barbara Gordon, Jim Gordon. So anyway, I thought that was cool to see a couple new covers. This is the one that Matt's getting. This is based on the Tony Daniels cover. This is the Bat and Cat. This one's from Pure Arts. I really like this one. I don't love Catwoman's face, but I love the pose of Batman. I think he looks really cool.
It's one of my favorite covers that Tony did. You know, it's just an iconic cover. So, and you can see the texture, just like on the Supercraft. You can see the texture on the cowl and all. So yeah.
It's like they need to improve that. I feel like if they can improve it just a little.
And yeah, like I said, they said they're working on it. They're gonna work on her a little bit more. They said they got feedback from the public, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. This is quarter scale. So I don't know. I might pick this one up. I haven't ordered it yet, but I might.
Mm-hmm.
I opted to go with the Supercraft. But I do think this one's a lot of fun. I love I especially like Batman on this one.
Yeah, the way he's doing the cape and all that. So yeah.
Speaking of the Supercraft, these were some in-hand photos at one of the recent events overseas.
The blue looks good.
So it's interesting. This is not the blue version.
Yeah, this is the black.
This is the black. Okay, gotcha.
So there's a lot of blue highlighting on the black version.
That's
and it's very similar to what Prime 1 does. Like they do black, but there is blue highlights. And in person, a lot of times it's subtle. You could tell there's a lot of flash on this. And so I think the blue is going to show up a little bit more than it would normally to the naked eye. I think it'll be definitely darker, but definitely with blue shades of highlight.
The biggest giveaway is Bruce Wayne looks blue also.
Yeah, I was going to say his suit was blue. So or at least that bright of blue. Man, let's talk about this.
This is nice.
Absolutely gorgeous statue. I'm so glad that I got it because I always toil with the heroes, and just a beautiful statue.
Nice photo.
Daniel Bell. Yeah, this one was posted today in our group. High quality camera for sure. But
I was thinking back to your review. Like the whole review was basically mostly just Clayface. It's like because you like the villains first.
I do.
It took like an hour to get to Batgirl.
I can't help it.
Check out
like yeah, Batgirl's great, but let's talk about Clayface. A lot of nice weathering on this. Daniel Bell did a great job of sculpting. And again, by the way, it's his first female sculpt.
Oh, cool.
I'm still thinking about this one.
I think you would love it. I really do. It's just a beautiful piece.
I think this might be his second, actually.
Not licensed.
Okay. No, didn't he was at what's his face's Marcos's convention, that little convention he does at his store, Statue Con, and he was doing like the room tour of the his store, and he mentioned one of the pieces. I think it was the Witcher piece, and he said he worked on that. He was the one that sculpted it.
Oh, well, maybe
he said a lot of people don't know it, but he was the one that sculpted.
Okay, well maybe this is his first DC female then.
Yeah, I mean most people would probably consider this his first, but he did mention he worked on that piece.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's a fun piece.
I don't know, it was hard to decipher because half of his because he speaks sometimes in English and half time Argentinian, so it's hard to tell. But pretty sure he said this. I'll have to ask him.
This was also one of the custom groups is doing a freeze gun, which I thought was really cool, and an alternate head. I don't know if I would need the alternate head. I do like it. But
I like the alternate head.
Yeah, I think it's nice too. But at the same time, like I like the idea of the freeze gun because that could also make sense for her shooting Clayface that way. But I know Dan was really interested in getting that.
Yeah, I think he said he's going to pretty much bite the bullet on that one.
Yeah, he was.
So it's fun. But again, more shots of the base. It's a really great piece. It's one of the best I've seen from Sideshow in a while.
The paint is incredible.
Yep. Oops, I guess I have that one out of order. That one's from the Pure Arts. Thought this is a great shot of all the Batman characters together from Blitzway.
That's a good
pretty
way.
review.
Yeah, that's a good way to display them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Looks really good. I wish I had gotten the Bruce Wayne.
Oh, really?
Somebody will sell it to you
Yeah.
for $5,000 or something, Chris.
No, you got it. You got it. Deal.
He does look dead on though. Yeah.
It looks good. Some people have said it's not as perfect as they would have hoped, but I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Close.
That does
It's
look
pretty
good.
close. I mean, it's pretty close to 80s Keaton. It's pretty close. I think it looks good to me.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. We had the opportunity to have the prototype here of actually it was a production sample, if I remember right. This was the limited to 100 black on black Batman, pure black. And then they also had that one and also the blue, which I preferred the blue. I thought the blue looked really great right there. So again, you can get that. One of them you can get at Sideshow. This one you can get at Sideshow. It's a Sideshow exclusive and in 6 scale. And then if you wanted the black version, it was at Tweeterhead.
Yeah.
This I thought looked really good. This is from Pure Arts.
Yeah, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So Pure Arts, you know, there was so many of like the busts and stuff they were doing, like the cowls and things like that. And I just feel like they've really upped their game with what they've, you know, they're really competing, I think.
Yeah.
Is this from the new game?
Witcher Wild Hunt.
Yeah, I was watching a trailer. I thought it was going to be for the TV show, and I'm sitting there watching it. Like halfway through, and I'm like, "Wait, this is the video game." Like the graphics are that good.
I just think this looks great.
I think Pure Arts and then Supercraft. I kind of think of those kind of together. They're kind of doing, they're like small batches and things like that. So, and I think they'll, knock on wood, get the product out quicker, you know, than we're normally used to.
So this one is half scale.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
And so we actually in New York we got to see some of the half scales, and they're massive.
Yeah.
We saw The Witcher, but I thought this one looked really fun.
What was the other one? The other one, it was another video game.
Looks like a real person there.
Yep.
The dude with the other guy with the hood. He wears like a white hood.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah, that was
That's
a cool
what that
piece.
was. Yeah, they look great together. I just think I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Keep it up, Pure Arts. It's awesome. And then they also have this one coming as well.
Oh wow!
With,
Is this half
Pure
scale?
Arts. I would assume.
Yeah.
Which I can't even imagine how massive that thing would be.
Whoa.
This is a newer piece from Wolverine and Deadpool. And X23 from, this is a Hot Toys offering, but I thought the sculpt looked, or the portrait looked really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hold on just a second. I just heard a dink.
Might
Sorry
have
about that.
Left.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I wasn't sure
No, it kind
if
of
somebody
like
new popped in or not.
it did something crazy.
Good crazy or bad crazy?
Bad crazy.
Oh,
sound like you went
Wow.
for a snack or something.
yeah.
I wish.
Snacks
eating
are
something.
delicious.
You chewing on something.
Yeah. So Charleston things.
But anyway, I think the portrait looks really good here.
Chris, I'm looking at you. I can't see.
We're looking at you, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't share
Your
my
camera looks
screen.
amazing.
The
by the way.
portrait looks good, Chris.
Your portrait does look good there.
Portrait looks good.
I'm sorry. I did the
You look like
one
you're in
I
8K.
know. I forgot to actually, I'm like, okay, I forgot to share the screen.
Life-size,
I feel like I'm watching the
moron.
drones outside with the lights.
I'm a moron.
life-size bust right there.
Oh, Lord. All right, let me try again, shall we? Okay, now you can see the photos. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
This a hot toy?
Hot toy. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Looks like her.
Great portrait.
Yeah. That looks good.
Fun
This is-
piece.
And that's 6 skill, right? Yeah, that's pretty
6
good.
skill.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Oh, these are awesome.
Turtles.
These are great.
I just think had a couple pictures that went up for pre-order. We saw this one in New York.
Turtle Man.
So good. Really fun piece. So that one's up for pre-order right now. PCS Sideshow and other various retailers. I thought this one was really nice. This is a new Court of the Dead offering from Sideshow.
That's been out for a while.
An interesting choice of clothing.
That's actually shipping soon.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like a November to February shipping window.
When did they show it for the first time, though?
Oh, it's been a while.
So I wonder why I have them in here.
I don't know. It's not. I'm actually considering it. I think it's a really cool piece.
It's very like
it is cool.
XM Samurai looking. I mean, it's very well done.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I mean, I could even imagine if you have that line, you could add this one to it.
Yeah.
Just really, really nice. Well,
Yeah,
I apologize. I didn't realize this one was so old.
No, it's nice to see it again.
Yeah, I think it. I mean, I don't know if people are talking about it, but I think they should. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, I've got it on my wish list.
Yeah, this again, this is another piece I could see you having.
Mm-hmm.
Just feels like it would fit
Yeah, I agree.
next to like maybe like your Red Sonja or
Right.
one of those pieces.
Oh, so it's now December to February.
Okay, well, it should be shipping soon then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
$635.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah, not too. Look at the hands coming up out of the back.
There's
It'd be
also
cool if those light up, if that's like the light up feature or something. I don't know.
there's also an alternate portrait where basically the skin is off of her face.
It's right here.
Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Freddy
Face of
Krueger-ish.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
So anyway, beautiful piece from Sideshow. And congratulations if anybody's getting it. And Matt, look at that.
It does light up.
It does
Isn't
light
that
up.
cool?
Oh, that looks really good.
Great light up.
That's
How much
really
is this?
fun.
$635.
Beautiful
good.
lights.
I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, Justin's mentioning in the chat that you can register now for 12 days of Sideshow. So if anybody hasn't, get your $5 and go register.
Darn right. They do that December 25th for 12 days. So coming up soon. I'm sure we'll be talking about it on the show. There's that display station from Spec. We were talking about the stands earlier. So those are for sale now. A little pricey. But God, anywhere you go, no matter where you go, every display stand like that make podiums, that make custom podiums, they're ungodly expensive.
Well, I like this one too because it's got the LED light up. Which Todd said you can change the light color and all that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really think they're just slick looking. I think they're really nice. You can add, like he had his Spec Fiction logo on the front. You could, I could add my Batman statue collector logo or whatever, or whatever. If you, if you have like a Batman logo or whatever, you might want in your collection, you could just add.
The only thing is they have that acrylic shine to them, so they're going to have like a little bit of a gloss to them.
Yeah, they will. So, I mean, that might bother people. There's different heights. As you can see, this one is a lot wider. I kind of like the center one. It's a little flatter.
Hey, Fatal in the chat mentioned that Slayer piece is 1/5, but actually it's 1/4. It's a premium format.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a true 1/4.
Yeah.
This thing came out of nowhere. 1/3 scale, guys.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's just insane. Obviously, they did a 10 scale version of this, and now they've blown it up. Which some people were questioning if you would lose detail or something, but I don't think so. I think it looks. Still got a lot of really good texture. Yeah, 1/3 scale. That thing's going to be massive. Look at that.
Looks like it should fit my cabinet.
So, pretty cool piece, I think.
I'm a 1/3 throne collector.
Yes, you are. This next section is just kind of like a little Iron Studio section. We got a 1/10 Snow White. Obviously, the new movie's coming out soon.
I would buy that if it wasn't $800.
I don't understand why it is. Like, what about this says $800?
So she's a famous.
Little.
She's a famous Disney artist. I actually have a lot of her paintings in my house, and her paintings are a lot of money too. Heather Thayer. She's married.
Did she sculpt it? Like, what? I don't understand.
No, but they're probably paying for her license. This is originally her artwork.
Okay. I see.
They took her artwork, pretty much
Transferred it.
100%, and put it into a statue.
All right. Well, that makes more sense.
I'd love it in quarter, but then it'd be $2,000.
But no, it's still way overpriced. I mean,
be crazy. New Magneto from X-Men, obviously from the animated. This is 10 scale, a couple different portraits, which is fun.
I like that one. Yeah,
I do too. But again, it's kind of that that animation cell look. So again, they're tiny. Oh, sorry, they had a G.I. Joe one as well. I don't know if they've done any other G.I. Joe stuff.
That's cool.
That was cool.
I know Prime 1 dabbled in Prime 1 or G.I. Joe. I think they did like 2 or 3 pieces.
Yeah, I did it was like 5 or 4.
Oh, was it that many?
Yeah, we were just talking
about that.
He's like, you remember when he did all these G.I. Joe pieces? Kind of.
Yeah. I think the one that's hardest to find is the Scarlet. The girl with the red hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They also did a Nightmare Before Christmas, which I thought looked really good.
That's another $800 statue.
There is 2 different offerings. There's like this one, and then there's a separate one where you could just have Jack Skellington.
Yep.
So like that.
No, that's cool.
Which I still think that's nice too with the pumpkins and stuff.
That was a lot more affordable.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's more doable.
Skinny Jack.
Yeah. Captain Planet.
Oh, I used to watch
Planet.
that.
Oh wow.
I used to watch that show.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
The show back in the day.
Back in the day.
So
Tom
right
Cruise
before
was the
wrestling.
voice actor. Was the voice Tom Cruise?
Who was the voice?
Tom Cruise.
Was it really?
Yep.
Tom Cruise was the voice of Captain Planet?
In the beginning, yes, he was.
You're
can
kidding.
Google that.
I gotta look that up now.
That's insane. Why would he do that?
I think he at the time. I think his wife. I think he was when he was married to Nicole Kidman, and they were very adamant about recycling and all that.
Yeah.
Before it was cool. You know what I'm saying? This was before it was cool.
Makes sense. I
That's
can see
neat.
that.
New Harley, also in 10 scale. I thought this one was kind of fun.
I like that one.
I really like the Bob Kane Joker card there.
Yeah.
Nice layout.
Yeah, the balloons are fun.
Hyena.
The Batman logos. Yeah, it's a fun piece.
Hyena merry-go-round. That's pretty
cool. And then I thought this one was pretty neat. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that is cool.
Is that like the whole thing? Like you get the background too?
Yeah, so you get even the points in the background. It's pretty neat.
Oh, it's like a game screen.
Yeah. It's got the light up feature, but yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
That is cool.
It's a nice diorama. And this is again 10 scale.
Have like the it should say finish him somewhere.
Yeah, that would be neat.
So it says Google says he was the original voice. He did 6 episodes.
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
First 6 episodes.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. We got a Legolas here. Like Iron Studios has released a lot all at once. It's up for pre-order.
Reckoning those.
This one is the quarter scale. A quarter scale.
I like that one.
From X-Men also. I thought this one was really good.
So they did a quarter scale of this, right?
This
is quarter scale right here.
I kind of like this one.
I do too.
Like that one.
Look at the detail.
This I used to think that the XM one was the best quarter scale Cyclops, and it probably was. This thing it blows it out.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, the detail. I feel like this is like next level for XM or for Iron Studios.
If they could get
the
beam to light up, that would be even better. You know, the beam to light up. You know.
Mm-hmm. But that's a cool looking piece.
Yeah.
I tip my hat to them. Again, sorry, I got that out of order. This is from McFarlane Toys.
That's cool.
This is like $600, right?
I don't like the price, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's expensive. I wouldn't pay that, but I do love the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's 1/10 scale, but it's a little bigger.
It's a lot of wing.
A lot of wing. They're also doing these.
Oh,
they're also.
He just put out some more of these things today.
Yeah, they're doing a bunch of these third scale cowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them are full scale, some of them are third scale.
Most of them are third though.
These are all third.
This one came out today, yeah. But the Begins, yeah.
There's the Begins.
I was looking at the Adam West one.
Batman Hush also in 3rd scale.
How am I supposed to go fight crime in a 1/3 scale cowl?
It would be very difficult.
It's not easy.
I'm
They
not
have the
gonna
Adam
lie to you.
West full scale.
In-hand photos of, man, this is making me want to get this. This is that great Harley Who Laughs.
Oh wow, that's shipping already.
It's shipped
Yeah.
overseas.
It's a lot of portion.
Look how great she turned out.
That's good.
So I would imagine most collectors in the United States will have her probably February-ish, March.
Yeah.
Did Paula get this one? Is she still in the chat?
I don't know. I think she was probably interested. I think she pretty much gets anything Harley.
Yeah.
But I really like the way this one turned out. I really like this particular portrait, like that one.
Yeah. I mean, you could even probably use it as a regular Harley.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I just think she would pair up really well with, Batman Who Laughs, obviously.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
But I love it. I don't love the storyline, but I like the way she turned out. I really like the metallic blues and reds.
Yep.
It's a little different than regular Harleys. Look at the drool coming off of his. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
This one was an artisan edition from Moon Knight. This is 6 scale. This is the ones with the actual hair.
That looks good.
And
Yeah.
his likeness looks really spot on.
Crazy.
It does.
I've heard that they're not going to do any more of that series.
I watched like half of it, and then I started watching other things. Never
I thought it
finished.
got kind of boring.
Were you confused?
No, I mean I liked it. I just other shows started coming out, and I was watching other shows and just lost interest in this.
But it looks good. So if you're a 6 scale collector, a couple different offerings there. This was one that was like an event exclusive for Iron Studios. Excuse me, 10 scale.
Holy mackerel.
That was just okay.
Cape's a little thick.
Yeah, it's very, very plasticky looking to me.
Yeah.
But I did like the base.
Huh.
Yeah, the base is cool.
Yeah.
Man, everybody's yawning. It must be
Yeah.
getting close to the end of the show. Mr. Freeze, you guys saw that one all painted up, which looks amazing.
Can't wait to get.
And sold out, which is
I
really
ordered the second and went up for pre-order because I knew it was going to sell out.
It's sold out.
Wasn't taking
And
any chance.
there's the prototype.
Love it.
Looks
Nice
good.
and straight.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I was gonna say and again, I apologize. I had it in wrong.
And I have no expectations. If it shows up on time, a
Yep.
miracle.
Yeah,
not-
it'll be a miracle.
I'll be mad, but I'll know why.
You
Yeah,
see,
let
like
me-
everyone complains or whatever. This thing, 200 people didn't feel that bad to, this thing
Nope.
sold out in a day.
Nope.
Yeah.
And they knew the policy going in,
Yep.
and they bought it anyway. So that's
we
that.
we believe in Eric. Come on,
We
Eric.
believe in Eric. This one's a new one. I don't love this one. I love the concept of it.
It was interesting timing. It was literally like 2 days after the Supercraft released their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
I think that was on
Yeah.
purpose.
I don't know. It's a massive piece.
It's half the price.
Yeah, it's half the price. I love the idea that it's like the cave, like the cape of the back, like the interior of her cape. Man, I cannot speak. The interior of his cape is a cave.
Yeah.
So
But,
I like it. I don't know if I love the portrait, but I do like the idea of it.
But
Yeah.
I think I would like it better if Batman was turned the other way. Like if
Yeah.
the cowl was turned the other way.
I think I would too. Like I think that would make more sense.
And he's more like statuesque. It's not like the actual cowl. It's like he's almost like stone or something, right? Like the way-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a statue, really,
yeah.
of him.
So it's weird.
So I agree with you. I think I would have liked it better the other way around.
It was good timing though. I mean, when
Just-
Supercraft's selling theirs for 2,000, they're like, here's ours similar almost for 1,000.
Yeah. Delaney, did you order this one?
No, I probably will. I haven't decided for sure because I have this vision of having the Supercraft Batman next to the quarter scale Hush Superman.
Hmm.
I have both of those on order.
That would look
Yeah.
good together.
Do I need another quarter scale Superman?
Yes, you
Maybe.
do.
Maybe I do. because I also like the Wonder Woman and Batman in this line. So I'll probably order it.
This one's growing on me. It looks better the more I see it in different photos.
I agree.
Me too. I really like it. I don't know. I keep teasing testing the waters with myself. I was like, could I pull it off? Having one Superman in the collection, I feel like this would be the one.
You've done that already, though.
I know.
But
But it was so big, I didn't have a spot for it.
This one is going to be, I think this one's going to be smaller than people think it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
This was a variant that Tweeterhead teased. This is the Beast Man. And they also teased a new Sorceress.
That looks good.
I love this one. So if you're interested in a variant, you'll get it at Tweeterhead. This is the best Alfred I've seen this paired with. Like their best Batman I've seen Alfred paired with.
Yeah.
I think it works really well with this piece.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that is the paint on this Alfred current, or is it more current to 8 years ago when this Batman came out?
What I think, it's not about paint. It's about size.
Okay.
Alfred is oversized a bit.
Oh, okay.
So
is
it makes it harder to pair him with a Batman. Now he's supposed to pair with the tactical throne.
Yep.
But seeing a lot of photos of that piece, he looks bigger than Batman. And that's a problem. And so trying to find a Batman that'll pair really well with him, I was really happy to see this because I haven't really seen a good pairing yet. And I just feel like this really works.
It does.
Well, one thing with photos is, especially with the tactical, you have somebody sitting down, it's going to throw off the perspective to make him look smaller right away.
Yeah. And I do think if you put him behind the screens, like back a little bit, but that piece is already so deep that I didn't have a spot for it. So like, I don't know how many collectors are gonna be able to accommodate that thing. And then putting Alfred deeper in the shelf to make him look a little smaller. I don't know. I just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new, we just did the video on this today about the Hot Toys. This is the Clooney Batman. I thought he turned out, I think the likeness looks good. I was not a fan of the likeness on, especially that. I think that looks like just like him there. I wasn't a real big fan of the Robin. I felt like he just looks super plasticky to me, like a Barbie doll head.
Yeah.
Look at the hair there. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of their weakest ones they've done in a while. I don't really feel like it even looks like him.
No.
So I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed in that one, but thought that was cool. New Superman as well from McFarlane. I thought that was kind of neat when they did the blue because that's the way the cover was.
Huh. Never seen that.
Something a little different.
It's cool. It's a cool pose.
This finally went up for pre-order at Sideshow. This is the Venkman from PCS.
It's a little off.
I feel like this is by far their weakest one.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell it's him, but it's
looks cartoony.
Yeah, it's just not.
It looks very cartoony.
I don't know. I feel like the other ones were a lot better. I don't know why this one.
It's not Peter Venkman. That's Peter ain't him.
just not good enough. At least for me.
Oh, you do get Slimer.
Yeah, you get Slimer with him. Saw that one. I'm trying to think. I had a few others out of order. I did want to show this one.
That looks cool.
This is an Arkham diorama that they're going to do at Iron Studios. So I'm excited to see how this one plays out.
Almost forgot about that one.
Yeah, we waited a while on this.
That was a long time ago.
I just kind of teased it again, but I love the idea of this.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see more.
That being.
And then is there something else I wanted to show? I think that's probably the Wonder Woman went up for pre-order on December 15th. I know our friend Chester was very excited about that.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's where we'll call it good. I think we saw just about everything I wanted to show.
Cool deal.
It's everything.
Anything for sure on those? Yeah, maybe that
No.
Pure Arts Batman and Catwoman for me.
Yeah.
Maybe the Superman for me.
Maybe the
Yeah.
Superman for me.
I love it. I just don't know. I don't know yet. But
Superman.
I wouldn't get Wonder Woman. Like for me, I wouldn't get Wonder Woman. But I like the idea of Batman and Superman kind of back to back or side by side. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
The best thing I liked tonight was that Harley, the
Yeah.
metal Harley. I think it
I
looked
do
good.
like her.
Yeah.
He just is a great looking piece. Well, anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Again, make sure you tune into All Things Art tomorrow for the live unboxing of the legendary Beast Iron Man. And then I will be unboxing the Batman versus Joker on Monday night. So definitely stay tuned for that. We'll be off. We won't do anything live next week for the Christmas holiday. Our next show will be on New Year's Day. So I don't know if you guys are available that day or not. I kind of kicked around the idea of maybe doing the Batsies that night. If people are available, we can talk about it off camera. But otherwise, we'll probably push it back to further weeks to do the Batsy Awards. And I'll make sure I get all that out to you guys. But anyway, anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up tonight?
No.
Merry damn Christmas.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Happy holiday.
Happy New Year,
Happy
and guys,
holidays,
if you're out traveling, be safe. Have a really great time with your friends and family. Enjoy, hopefully take a break. Take a mental health break for a little bit if you can, because I know the holiday's stressful for a lot of us at times. Like even like it's crazy because I look so forward to it, but like where I work in a school, we have so many kids that dread the break. They can't stand being home, and home or school is the only safe place for them to be at. And so I feel for those kids. It's like so I always think about sometimes it's not always real uplifting for everyone. So I hope you have a great time and at least find something happy about it and joyous. And again, Merry Christmas. I feel like I just made it like a giant downer. But anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
Right.
And again, definitely check out the live stream tomorrow and next week. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
The drones.
See y'all. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye. No drones.